This podcast is sponsored by Liquid IV. Liquid IV is so good, you guys, especially right now when it's getting really hot out. A nice glass of ice, Liquid IV powder, and some water, mix it up. Refreshing, hydrating, obsessed, tastes good. I love it. One stick of Liquid IV delivers superior hydration to water alone with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink plus 8 vitamins and nutrients. It's hydration for endurance, mental clarity, and overall well-being. Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code ONLYFRIENDS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code ONLYFRIENDS at liquidiv.com. This podcast is sponsored by Skims. We love Skims. I'm literally wearing a Skims jacket right now. I'm wearing socks as well, okay? Sorry, they probably have a lot of cat hair on them because I am wearing them around the house, but they are comfy and cozy. And one of the best things about Skims right now is their t-shirts. They're soft, they're buttery, they look amazing on me. They'll look amazing on you, and they are breathable. You don't really need a bra. I love it. Shop the Skims t-shirt shop at skims.com, now available in sizes XXS to 4X. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Well, welcome back to Only Friends.
Welcome back.
Happy weekend if you had a weekend.
If you had a weekend.
If you had a weekend, happy almost June. Oh, that's disgusting, but whatever. Moving on.
How many more days? Like 4?
I don't know. Like, is this week all May?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days exactly.
What day does it turn to June?
Saturday.
Oh.
The best month of the year.
Obviously. June gloom.
Well, it's like May gray right now.
It is. Well, it's always like May gray then June gloom.
Yeah.
I kind of like it though. It's so like cloudy, but then it gets sunny.
How do you even see it?
What do you mean?
By the time that you go out into the world.
Sometimes I'm up sometimes.
Maybe you don't go outside.
Okay, I still see it.
Experiencing it in the world sucks.
Well, yeah.
It's cold in the mornings and then you dress for that. And now it's sunny.
See, that's why I don't like to, I never want to go to Coachella because it's like, I know it's hot during the day and then it gets cold at night. It's like, what am I going to do with my outfits?
I feel like it's a hot, like every time I've been to Coachella, I am not cold at night.
Oh, okay.
Like last year,
I've just heard that. Like it's chilly at night. And I'm like, well, what the fuck would I wear?
Last year, I feel like this year maybe, but last year when we went for Blink-182, like I literally brought a coat. And I was like, I'm pissed. Not like a coat, but like a jean jacket.
Like a puffer.
And, yeah. And I was like, this sucks that I have to fucking hold this. It was still 90 degrees. And
that's what I'm worried about.
Crowds of people.
That's how I always got it. Like, or like if I ever go to like Disneyland or something, like there's been so many times where I'm like, I know I'll get cold later, but it's like hot now. So I gotta just like carry around a fucking hoodie.
Yeah. Disney.
I think they have lockers though for like a couple bucks.
At Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do at Coachella too.
Oh, well then problem solved.
Well, you gotta find the locker.
Oh God.
To it.
Yeah, that's true.
Man up.
I would never, if I had a locker at Coachella, I would never be able to find it again. If I was like by myself.
It's just,
I couldn't even use my phone because there's no service.
Like, I get it if you are like, I actually don't know how the camping works. I'm assuming you can just go back to your campsite.
Yeah. But they like shower there and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
I've seen, oh my God, what is her name? It's Sarah Baska's like best friend. Caitlin. I don't know if you like have seen her TikToks or whatever, but I think both of them camp for Coachella, or maybe they camp for a different festival, but like it was crazy like watching how they have to like shower and stuff.
It couldn't be me.
I know. I just need a bed. Like I need a bedroom. I could do it and then go home to like a bedroom.
I could camp, but I'm not camping in 100 degrees.
Dude, how do you survive is my question.
Literally insane.
How do you survive?
It's insane that people do that. And I feel like a lot of people who are like camping at really any festival, like they are in it.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing
They waited the whole year for it too. Yes. So it's like, we're ready, we're prepared. I think
you're having a whole day affair. Whole day, a whole night.
Yeah.
Maybe dabbling with some drugs.
Some substances.
And it helps. I can't. Even when I was younger, like I went to Coachella, I think in like 2016 and like stayed at a house, then went into the festival. And like after 2 days, I was like, how are people doing this?
Yeah. It's like, I don't get how it's fun for people. Truly. I mean, I've never been, so I guess I can't really say. But obviously, if you love the music, fun.
Yeah.
But like, if you're going just to go, it's like, how is that fun?
I think the festival itself is fun. I don't think that camping is fun.
I'm talking more like the schlepping and all that stuff. But I don't know. Maybe it's a good time. I've never been.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever go.
I don't think that you need to.
Maybe if like a circumstance arises,
like it.
Unless I'm like performing or something. Maybe,
so true.
Maybe I will ask to headline like a Friday and then I'll go. But I wouldn't have to do the whole peasant entrance, you know?
No, going as an artist is way different. Although like, I feel like depending on how
I am headlining a Friday. So I think I'd like Lana Del Rey level. Yeah.
I wonder what it's like for her.
It's good. She told me.
Mm-hmm. You, Lana, and Brie.
Brie.
Kikiing.
Brie.
Yeah.
Oh, chicken fry?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I went to the weed store last night, and the girl, it's like, no one cares.
The weed store.
The weed store, the dispensary. And the girl working there was like so Lana Del Rey coded. This like doesn't matter to anyone, but I was just like entranced by her.
Way?
She had the same like old time beauty look, and like she kind of had some like nice little bangs going, and her personality just felt very like, yeah, I can help you. Like it was very chill. I don't know. Thought she was gorgeous.
Wow.
And I said, Nolan, don't fucking look at her.
Did he?
Yeah. He looked at her face when they were talking. They made eye contact while they were talking. It was so disrespectful.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should honestly break up with him.
I know, I'm going to later. Hopefully he hears this.
Is he here?
Go date Lana Del Rey.
Is he here?
Yeah, I think, he's upstairs.
Wow.
He's probably listening. No, he probably has
Nolan,
headphones
you're entering my shit list.
Uh-oh. It's over for you, bud.
That's all it takes. Making eye contact with another woman.
With another woman who looks like Lana Del Rey, of all people.
Well, how was your weekend in Vegas?
My weekend in Vegas was fucking crazy. Gambled all my money away. Actually, this is the first time I've been to Vegas and didn't go to like any casinos.
You didn't have the itch.
Well, usually it's my parents being like, let's go play bingo. And I'm like, woohoo. But
okay, bingo. That's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'll do that.
Yeah. But usually it's like inside a casino. So then we go play casino games or whatever. It didn't happen at all. It was just like a very neighborhood filled weekend with the neighbors. And
ooh.
What?
Just hanging out with a bunch of old
No,
people.
literally. It's like so fun. Like they're all my friends.
Yeah, I bet.
And I chose one of them to be my godmother since I don't have godparents. Like we talked about it on here. Oh. I called my mom. I don't know if it was,
that was confirmed.
Yeah, was confirmed. Did I call her on the podcast?
I think you texted her.
Right. I found out I have no godparents. And I was like, well, you weren't baptized. I'm like, well, no, I don't care about the religion part.
I don't think you have to be.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's just like a thing. Like people do even not in religion. And she was like, oh, we didn't have any. So I was like, well, what if you died when I was 7?
Yeah, straight to the firehouse.
No, literally. Like
they'll
just
drop you
orphan
off.
Annie.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she was like, we would have figured it out, like one of your aunts. And I was like,
how?
Not
She'd
that
be dead.
aunt. What?
How would she have figured it out?
I think it would have been in
dead?
their will. It's like it was probably in their will at the time or something.
Oh.
Like I would go to like a certain family member, but I was like, oh, they have 7 kids. I can't just migrate into a 8 sibling family.
Yeah.
That's culture shock for me. They almost messed me up. If they had died, they would have messed me up. Not because they died, but because
honestly,
I was with another family. I know. So I chose one of her friends who's like, she's really cool. She has a cat, obviously. And she's like a little bit younger than all the 60-year-olds, you know? So she's nice. I picked my godmother, so that's exciting. We made a blood oath.
What?
Not really. We joked about it though. Oh. And just swam a lot.
Is this like a friend she's had for a long time?
Just since they've moved to Vegas. But I trust her with my whole heart and soul.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How many times have you met?
Like twice. Carolyn, love ya.
Does she?
Love you, Mom.
What's her story?
She's from New York.
Okay.
Her husband's very funny. He's like very new. He literally sounds like your dad when he talks. Like the same like.
But he's from New York?
Yeah. I know you're not from New York, but like same vibe. He's got like the white beard and everything. Just a funny guy, just loud, and he'll walk into a room and be like, I got the beers, and just be like, let's party. You know, he's just very loud. So I don't know if he'll be my stepdad. I mean, my godfather, but we'll see.
Different story.
Oh yeah, no.
Do they have children?
No.
Oh, okay.
And that's the whole thing. She was like, I would love, you'd be a perfect daughter. I was like, I know I am.
Wow.
So, I mean, I am 33, so I don't really need any godparents at this point, but I may move in with her if my parents die. Because they have a cute house.
Perfect.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was great. Very chill. Went to the des.
Joshua Tree. So we both went to the desert.
Yeah.
So dry, right?
So dry.
Freaking, like the first like 3 hours I'm there, my lips are
when I went to Vegas last weekend,
chapped.
I was like, I can't feel my lips.
Yeah.
I can't feel my lips.
Mine
when
were
I'm
like
in the des.
red. It looked like I put lipstick on yesterday.
Ooh,
yeah.
a little lip stain.
Yeah. Flaming hot lips.
It's a band.
I know. What is it called? The Flaming Lips?
Yep.
That was me this weekend.
Yeah, the desert was good. I'm having like TikTok. Honestly, like ban it because it's giving me more fears than I need.
Oh
But,
no. What now?
just going into the desert, like, of course, there could be like wildlife of
Yeah.
all kinds.
Yes.
And I just was like overly paranoid about it because I keep getting TikToks of like snakes, you know, like people who live in areas where there are snakes, and it's like, make sure to check under your furniture. And like when you go outside, and then they like lift it up and there's just like a
Oh, yeah.
rattlesnake wrapped around it. So like the first night we got there, I was so paranoid. I was like checking everything, like looking at the ceiling. And
She just trashes the place.
I was like afraid to open cabinets.
oh my God.
Yeah, I think that we should ban TikTok. Joe Biden, please.
No,
Please
Joe,
please
no.
get rid of it.
No, please.
So that was a little scary for me. But then after like the first night, I was fine. Like I literally made TJ, I was like, can you check our bed for scorpions?
oh my God. Well, I did have that thought like one night there. I was like,
Yeah.
scorpions live here.
Yeah.
What if it bit me? Like,
And,
will
like,
I die?
If I was in a house like your parents, I wouldn't care because it's like new.
Yeah. And it's like a,
But like an old house in Joshua Tree that's
Yeah.
like wood
oh yeah, it's infested with
and, like,
things.
is literally in like the desert. Like you're surrounded by rocks and stuff. I'm like, this is,
Yeah, you're surrounded by scorpions.
I'm a little nervous.
That's so interesting. You've been there so many times. That's never bothered you. So it really is
It is
TikTok.
TikTok. It's fear mongering. TikTok is fear mongering.
TikTok has become the news,
Yeah.
just in a different format. Just people being like, I was sex trafficked, I think. I was almost sex trafficked, I think, in Walmart.
Last night I probably watched TikTok for like an hour, but I was just watching videos. This one came up for me of this girl who went to, I think it's called Gili T Island or something. It's like off of Bali, and she got dengue fever, which
I've
is
heard of
like
that.
if you get bit by a mosquito, like they give you this disease, and it's
Yes.
called like the bone breaking disease because it feels like all of your bones in your body are like being shattered.
Holy
And
shit.
then I just got on, I watched probably like 100 videos.
What's this called? I need to know.
Dengue fever.
Okay. This is interesting.
But so
And
she was like
horrifying.
on this island, got it, and then like hers was so bad that they were like, we need to like helicopter you to back to Bali. But then like she had to deal with all her insurance. So it was like literally a TikTok of her like getting back to Bali.
Oh my
It
God.
was very interesting. Like I think it's like 1% of people die. Like it's not like
so it
that
feel
life threatening.
sorry, I was interrupting.
No, you're fine.
It feels like your bones are breaking.
Apparently.
But they're not breaking.
No.
Oh, okay.
And but so then, then I
scary.
just was on dengue fever talk all night. And I was like, this is crazy. And then I
also-
saw one that said that like last year there were cases in Florida. Just another reason to never go there.
Oh my God. Well, I did just see that, speaking of scary things, I just saw someone went through LAX customs or something like that with malaria. It was like an active case of malaria.
Is that transmittable like person to person or?
Yes, but we're all like we should be vaccinated as a kid. Most people are.
Yeah.
But like now it's a whole thing where it's, parents started being like, we're not going to vaccinate our
course.
kids. So it's like those are the kids that are most
get it.
susceptible. Yeah, if they're around it, they're
Can
going to
we
get
still
it.
get it?
I'm sure, but it's probably like we won't get it as bad or we're fine.
I feel like there's always like that one case a year
I
of
know.
something that's like, remember when, what was it? The bites, not measles.
Mumps,
No.
rubella,
This is going to sound so bad.
chickenpox.
No, it was, and people, like you could get it on clothes. So people were like, don't go to the thrift store.
Monkeypox?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know, that was a
That was,
scary
like, a
one. That
big
almost scared me
thing.
more than COVID.
No,
like,
same.
what do you mean?
I know. So it's like every year there's like a little.
Yeah, I think it's always been like that. We're just seeing it so much because of social media. But like
100%.
if you think about it, it was like the bird flu and then the Ebola for a while.
No, totally.
Thank God that wasn't like an actual like fear here. But
Let's just delete social media.
Yeah.
And then I won't have to fear anything ever.
yeah, cater to Erin's needs. We'll delete TikTok for
Please.
Erin. Erin and I also have a tendency to like send each other like horrible TikToks.
Yeah.
Or just like scary things just because like I find them fascinating
No, dengue
mostly.
fever really didn't scare me. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Maybe there's a book about it I could read.
Honestly, probably. There was a family. They're like this. I then got sucked into this woman's family because it was so interesting to me. It's her husband, and their 2 daughters, and they like travel the world, and they do it, but only pack one backpack each.
Oh my God.
They were in Bali literally for like a month. They were doing
I went to Vegas for 3 days on a suitcase.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what? Like, how do you even have like,
Oh, they got it down.
how do you even fit your toothpaste? I don't understand.
I know.
And that's coming, like, I will pack a carry-on if I'm traveling internationally. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not an overpacker by any means, but like, you need more than just a backpack.
They got it organized.
How do you even pack like a pair of sneakers?
They probably have it.
Flip-flops.
I'm sure they have some sort of like vacuum sealed, like everything for those kind of trips, you know?
Yeah.
They've got it figured out for sure.
Still
People do it
doesn't
all the
make
time.
sense. Like, I don't get it. But so they were in Bali, got dengue fever or whatever, and then apparently you can go like dormant for like 24 hours. So they thought they were fine, and they didn't know that they had it.
COVID.
And at this point, they'd had it for like a week.
Sorry, did you say it's a mosquito bite? Okay.
And so then they like went to that island, Gili T or whatever. I think it's called Gili T.
Gilligan's
something.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Honestly, like maybe that's what it's named after. I have no idea.
If it is, I'm going.
So then they went there, and then like literally 24 hours later, they got sick. And this is an island that has like no cars. Her husband, she fainted. She like passed out, and her husband had to like run to find a clinic.
Oh my God.
So scary. Yeah, like literally the
You
whole
have to send
island
me
is, like,
this.
horse and buggy.
Oh my
bicycles.
God. And when was this?
I mean, I don't know. Recently,
Like a couple years ago, probably.
I literally have no idea.
I'm just like thinking like past horse and buggy times. Like this doesn't last like 10 years, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm
I
trying
know,
to
like recent.
Okay.
Yeah. The island just like operates that way.
Got it.
And so then they got stuck there for like 2 weeks, and they were so sick.
Dude, that is scary. You need to send me these.
I'm just like, getting sick internationally is terrifying.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like that.
Well, especially because you're like, yeah, it's so scary in your own place. Like when you're in the hospital sick with something. Like I've luckily never experienced like not knowing what's wrong with me, and well, except for my appendix, but that's stupid. But like, you know, being in a hospital and but doctors not knowing what's wrong yet. Like I cannot imagine doing that in a foreign country where like,
Yeah.
I
And she
maybe.
was so positive too.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Like for me, I'd be like, this ruined my whole fucking trip. And like, I was sitting there with the IVs in my arms, and she was like, this taught me to like really appreciate like this community. Like everyone came together to help us. And I was like, couldn't be me.
That's nice. At least she has a good attitude about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they can travel the world. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I need McDonald's after 2 days.
Yeah. We're just not the same.
Yeah. Like, good for you, but it couldn't be me. Fuck. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Honestly, it could be me because I shocked myself in the hospital. Maybe I'd have a great time. I don't know. Like when I was there because I missed Taylor Swift, I was like, at first I was like, I'm going to cry for 30 hours straight. And then I was like,
okay, imagine
okay, I'm
that we
fine.
went to Vietnam like we did, and you got dengue fever and then had to go to a hospital. And we're there,
yeah, that's
and
not
then had to
funny.
be there for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's not funny at all.
And I went home.
If you went home, I'd never speak to you again. You went home and I'm stuck in Vietnam with.
Life's got to go on, you know?
Oh my God. Okay, fine.
But so that
I'll
freaked
just
me
text
out.
a
I was
different
like, oh
friend
my
to come
God,
out.
like no one even told us about dengue fever. Like we got vaccinated for like typhoid and shit like that. No one told us about dengue fever in Vietnam.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Could
so
you
then I started spiraling
imagine?
about that. I was like,
Do I
holy
have it
shit.
now? Has it been dormant for 10 years or however long it was?
It's like, that's crazy. But yeah, so TikTok's fun for like that kind of thing.
So fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun place. Yeah.
That's really it.
I don't know. I don't really see diseases much on TikTok, but I'm ready to see the dengue fever stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to send, if you like have it
will.
somewhere, because I would like to watch.
Yeah, I think if you just type it in, there were a lot.
Okay.
I loved it.
I probably wouldn't spell it right. I'd probably spell it DEN space GAY.
I think it's just DNGE.
Okay. Dang it. I feel like that was like in the book I was reading about Ebola, because I feel like they're like sort of
Probably.
similar in terms of like when they were around or something. I don't know.
So it makes like your gums bleed.
Dude.
Like this girl, the one who got transported, like this is what she had to do. So she was on the Gili Island.
Gilligan's.
And she couldn't get the insurance to cover the helicopter. So they brought her by boat, and it was like the tiniest little boat, and it was an hour-long trip. Then she had to get in an ambulance so they could take her to the hospital. Then she got to the hospital. Honestly, like hospitals in every other country everyone's experiences sound so much better than in America.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I was just, and then she's literally sitting there like her gums bleeding.
Oh my
And
God.
she's by herself.
I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm currently dying.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Scary.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Well, thank you for informing me about dengue fever.
You're welcome. If you're traveling internationally, like I would just
is there
make
like
yourself aware of all of the things that could go wrong.
I wonder if there's a vaccine for it.
I don't think
like
so.
if you're traveling to places that it's common.
I feel like we would have gotten it.
That's what yeah.
Let me see. I feel like I saw a doctor talking about it, but I don't. Dengue.
Maybe it's just so rare because like you don't get vaccinated for like Ebola or anything, but like
malaria.
Yeah, that's true.
As of 2023, 2 dengue fever. Oh, it's DENGUE.
So not GAY.
Vaccines are available for commercial use. Dengvaxia and Kadenga.
Really merge those words together.
The one in the US was made from the weakened yellow fever vaccine viruses.
Huh.
Okay.
Vaccines and viruses are so interesting.
Imagine we did get the vaccine.
We probably have it.
No, I think we just got typhoid.
But I'm wondering if it's just like one you get as a kid, like a malaria type.
I don't think
so.
Because I don't think that it's like native
or not
to
malaria.
the States.
Malaria? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if we get the malaria one either. There's not malaria here.
I think you do. MMR. Oh, that's measles, mumps, rubella, not malaria. Okay, never mind. I think you get malaria shots if you're like going to those kinds of places.
Yeah, we had to get typhoid, and then I was so freaked out the whole time that I was still gonna get it.
Typhoid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get it from like the water, I think.
Yeah. When we got to Vietnam, we were like, so like, okay, we can't use any
Anything.
faucet water, like no water that's not in a bottle, basically. And yes, we were on a resort. It was probably fine. But the first thing Erin did was run her toothbrush under the sink. And I caught it right away. I was like, Erin, oh no.
And I was like, whoops.
And then she got so freaked out, but it was fine. I'm sure that water was like fine.
Yeah, I think on the resorts it was fine. Honestly, I was just like, I got more nervous after we like drove through Vietnam because I was like, this is so sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. It was, how long was the drive? 4 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to the airport. We had to drive for 4 hours in some like weird, not weird, but it was just something unfamiliar to us. This like van with like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's like a Peter Pan bus, but different.
Sprinter van, little.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a 4 hour drive. And we're like, we just flew for like a million hours and we're just in this van and we're just looking out the windows. We're like, we're in Vietnam.
That was crazy.
Nuts. I feel like I was unconscious for half of that.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pivot. I watched The Fall Guy this weekend.
Oh yeah?
I loved the movie.
Is it good? Or is it getting like bad reviews?
I have no idea, but I feel like maybe we were talking about it we were talking about it with someone and they were like, I think it was Joe.
I think so too.
Because he was like, I don't watch movies with that are like people are in the movie.
Huh?
Like he was like, I don't like movies where they're movie stars, like they're filming a movie.
Oh, okay. It's like a movie about a movie.
Yeah.
Got it.
Even though like
it's a weird line to draw.
Yeah.
I'm not watching movies that are about movies.
No, he said he didn't like them.
It's really funny.
And
just a scratch pad.
I loved it. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was like...
Is it like cheesy kind of?
Not in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
It like had romance. It was comedy. It was action. Those are like my big three.
The big three?
Yeah. I thought it was so good.
Okay. Well, maybe... And Joe watched it or didn't watch it?
No, he won't watch it.
Well, I probably won't either, but...
Well, I know you've been watching movies.
I have. I watched...
It's on streaming. So I think it was like a couple weeks. Joe told us like Joe had like a whole list, literally the longest list when we recorded with him last week. And then he was like,
his podcast.
Why do you guys think movies aren't doing so well? In
I was like, what? Is this ChatGPT coming up with podcast questions for anybody?
As if like we are the spokespeople for movies in any way, like whatsoever.
I love Joe.
I was like, what a weird question to ask us specifically.
Yeah, we're like, duh.
No, I'm like, I don't know.
We like Netflix. We watch Bravo.
But so he mentioned, he was like, well, like the XYZ movies were all like in theaters, but are already on streaming. And so The Fall Guy's on streaming.
Got it. Do you have to like pay movie theater price for it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do think that I have it on like my other app, so I did not have to pay for it. But I do think it might be like $20 right now.
Just a friend back in Boston has to pay for it. You're like on her account.
Yeah.
Well, I did watch Happy Gilmore for the first time. This podcast is sponsored by Liquid IV. It's getting hot. It's getting sweaty. Maybe it's getting humid where you live. There's nothing better than a nice cold water. And to up the hydration, a little packet of Liquid IV. It's delicious. It tastes good. I love it after my walks. I love it after Pilates. It just makes me feel like getting all the electrolytes I need and I'm, getting the water I need and everything. Like, it's genuinely so easy. I usually just get a glass, put the powder in, put some ice in, and then fill it with water, mix it up, chug it down. It's so good. It is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, and it has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. One stick plus 16 ounces of hydration hydrates you better than water alone. They have 8 vitamins and nutrients, non-GMO, and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. No artificial colors or sweeteners. They also have 4 delicious sugar-free flavors: white peach, green grape, raspberry melon, and lemon lime. I'm obsessed with the raspberry melon. Like, I probably drink it almost every day. Hopefully it doesn't run out soon. Liquid IV, if you're watching, I like that one. Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code ONLYFRIENDS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code ONLYFRIENDS at liquidiv.com. This podcast is sponsored by one of our favorite ad reads, Skims. We love Skims. We're obsessed. Everything I own is Skims. Not really, but maybe like 60% of my loungewear and clothing is Skims. I'm wearing Skims right now. This is a Skims jacket, and I'm wearing Skims socks. I showed them to you earlier. You don't need to see them again. Skims also has the best basics. They sent me their Fits Everybody cotton t-shirt, a black one. It's so comfortable. It's so soft. I don't feel like I need to wear anything underneath it. And it's nice because I can layer it with things. I can, dress it up, dress it down, whatever. It's comfy. I can wear it around the house. I can wear it out. Very universal. A very universal shirt we have. I love it so much. I love their shirts. And I mean, as you guys know, we are just very in love with the Skims brand. So thank you so much, Skims. Shop the Skims t-shirt shop at skims.com. Now available in sizes XXS to 4X. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Oh my
First
God.
time, you guys.
Sometimes it's just like, it's not even, haha, it's like, that's annoying to me.
Oh, okay.
We gotta get...
Okay, I won't tell you next time, I guess.
No, not that you just watched it, just that you never have. Like, we gotta start going through the list.
I'm kind of trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it annoys me too. Like, I wish I also have seen these movies.
I know.
I don't like it any more than you.
I know.
I think it's also annoying because I don't understand any reference anyone makes ever about any classic movie, but obviously it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Could never be made today.
Could never be made today. I'm trying to think.
A lot of Adam Sandler's old movies are not able to be made today.
Like, cancelable?
Yeah.
I don't think there was really anything in that I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
Like, because I'm usually good at being like, oh, that couldn't be made today, but I'm not like offended by it. Yeah. But I didn't see anything in that movie. Like, do you like have something in your head that you're thinking of?
Like certain things that they would say, ways that he would act.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like
a lot of like
Waterboy
towards women. Like, I feel like, especially in that movie specifically.
I don't remember. He just had that girlfriend that looks like Princess Diana. I don't think they were being, I feel like it was mostly like just the men competing in golf. I don't think it was like correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not woke enough to see it.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not offended by it, but I do think that people would be like, okay.
I don't know. I didn't recognize anything. Usually when we watch old movies, I'll be like, oh, that couldn't be, you know, like it's really easy to point stuff out. That's like, oh, even like in The Office or stuff like that.
Could literally never be made today.
Yeah. I mean, people are upset with Tires, the Shane Gillis show. Have you guys watched that? It's so funny, but people are just like,
of course,
pissed about it. But it's like, it's their humor, and it's, we like binged it when we were in Vegas, and like I was cracking out loud.
Did your parents watch it with you?
No, we were like watching it in bed.
Got it.
I don't think I would want to show my parents that just in case.
Why?
Just because I just get uncomfortable with like sex stuff. Watching with your parents. I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Just in case.
But also it wasn't
Frozen only.
What?
Frozen only.
Yeah, only Disney movies. I just But also we were just like getting in bed. We're like, oh, let's watch this. And then
Yeah.
that was kind of like our routine for those nights. But I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, so what other movies are on your list?
Oh,
Was Happy Gilmore your first Adam Sandler movie?
No. I've seen so many Adam Sandler movies. I could just name them all. Trying to think. I've seen Click.
Ugh.
I know. I've seen Click. I've definitely seen like a couple like I've seen a couple with Jennifer Aniston, and they're like always in movies together.
Those are like new ones.
Yeah.
Those are the Netflix originals.
I don't think I've seen a lot of the old ones.
Like Billy Madison.
Yeah, I just wasn't raised watching
They're
movies.
so good.
I know. Well,
never read
they're just
today.
like classic.
Billy Madison.
That's what I was thinking because he plays like a character that has like, yeah.
No,
I
he's
think.
like a normal kid.
Oh, okay. I thought,
Waterboy, he is.
oh, Waterboy. That's what it is. Okay.
Waterboy could never.
Yeah, Waterboy.
I mean,
I haven't even watched it. I'm like, yeah,
Little
I already know.
Nicky could never.
Yeah. I think Happy Gilmore could.
Have you seen Little Nicky?
No.
Oh. He's so funny. Adam Sandler's Instagram account has just turned into like an obituary page.
Adam Sandler's?
Yeah, like he literally just posts people who die, like,
Oh my God.
and then writes like a nice caption for them, which is objectively like a really nice
Yeah.
thing to do. But that's like how I've been finding out people are dead.
It's just like his own memorial page is
Yeah.
his Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sad.
It's a little sad. But everyone watched The Fall Guy. You
Yeah.
should watch it. It was cute.
Okay. It's a movie.
I actually don't think you'd like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like a lot of action.
A lot of action is kind of annoying to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can we wrap up the action?
the whole movie is kind of that.
Okay. No.
But in a way that's like funny. Do you know the premise of the movie?
No idea.
Okay, so basically, Ryan Gosling is a stunt
I'll watch
performer
it.
in a movie,
He's a what performer?
like a stuntman.
Oh, okay.
And he and Emily Blunt,
Oh, those are great actors.
two great actors, they like kindle a romance on set of like movies that they work on, whatever. He winds up getting injured and like leaving the planet. Like he just goes
Like,
rogue
disappears.
for like a year. And then he gets a call. He's asked to come be a stunt guy on this movie. And he's told that Emily Blunt like requested him specifically. And that's the reason to get him there. He goes, and then it basically turns into, so he's the stunt man for this one guy specifically, who he was always a stunt man for. And they were like, we need you to be his stunt man. And he goes, and then when he gets there, the woman who called him was like, he's missing, and I need you to find him. And so then the whole movie is basically Ryan Gosling trying to find the guy that he's the stuntman for.
Oh.
But it like turns into this whole ordeal where
Okay,
he's like
I think I would like
constantly
that.
like fighting people though.
Okay. I think I'd like it.
It was-
I love Ryan Gosling. I love Emily Blunt too.
It was so funny too.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
And there weren't any parts of the movie where I was like, okay,
okay. Maybe I'd like it.
it's just an
We'll give it a
easy,
try.
breezy, silly little goofy time.
There is one movie that we've been meaning to watch for like ever, and I know like you really like this movie, but it's The Kingsman.
Oh, I don't actually really like that movie.
Oh, I thought you did.
I do like it, but like, I don't know if I would be like,
Oh, maybe I just thought that because you like mentioned it one time. Like, oh, she loves that movie. She's obsessed.
it's good. I feel like, yeah, it's good.
I just really like Taron Egerton.
I know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you got to get in your action era.
Marvel's coming out.
Yeah, fucking right.
Would you be so annoyed if I got so into them?
No,
Oh, like, I told her so long to watch.
no,
she finally is.
That's just what it is.
That's true. What it is, how?
I actually
don't.
don't think you would like those at all because they're like other worlds.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend to say I'm gonna watch them.
you've seen like Spider-Man. That's like I feel like the most.
I've watched a couple different Spider-Mans. I've watched a bunch of different Batmans. I watched.
Well, that's a different universe.
No, I know, but I'm just talking about like superheroes. I watched the one with it's like the fake one. I don't remember who's in it. It's a big actor. Doesn't matter.
The fake one.
It's like a funny one. It's not like supposed to be a real
Oh,
superhero movie. I forget the name. Deadpool?
Oh,
Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved that one, but
Ryan Rennie.
yeah, Rennie.
Okay, well, we can move on to this day in hist.
Hers.
Okay, we've got B-Days. Greg Sulkin, Mel B, Riley Kehoe, which, also a little fun fact, Priscilla? She's the one who's still alive?
I have to hear both names
That's
to
her
figure it out.
grandmother? I think it's Priscilla, yes.
Priscilla, and what's the other name? Priscilla's still alive.
Yeah, it's her grandmother.
Yeah.
Riley invited her grandmother to her birthday party.
Oh.
Because apparently there was like bad blood there. But I saw like a headline this morning and I was like, that's nice. And her grandmother was like, this is like the best day of my life or something. So I'm like, okay, what's the tea? We've got Noel Gallagher, Danny Elfman, and Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox.
She's 52. She looks amazing.
Oh, damn.
I know.
She does. She's well, all right.
Then for entertainment, we've got Up.
Did you cry during Up?
I don't think so. I feel like I like didn't like it because like I need to watch it as an adult, I think. I think I literally watched it like one time.
I haven't seen it as an adult really either. I'm a little scared too.
I mean,
I'm scared of the tears.
2009.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't care. I'm going to live forever.
Yeah.
Like you're still young and like don't really care.
It's also like, I feel like that was a movie like going into where everyone's like, it's so sad.
No, yes. Everyone's like, I cried.
I honestly don't know if I definitely watched it.
I guarantee you'd cry now.
Oh, for sure.
Guarantee.
I literally cried watching Hacks last night. So I'm sure.
Well, no judgment. I don't know what happens, but
meant to be sad.
Yeah.
So I probably just won't watch it. Okay. With Sister Act and The Internship. Sister Act, 1992. We were just little teeny babies.
You were not even born yet.
I know. And Whoopi, I mean, she just looks amazing still. That's crazy.
Whoopi Gold.
For some news, why did this not turn into a clickable link, bitch? Okay. Honestly, there wasn't like a ton. There was something I saw this morning, or I was last night on TikTok. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
He
he
was on the podcast with those
the
guys.
Bears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we watched it on the way home. From Vegas.
Well, then you probably heard him say that when he was doing the roast. In the roast, he like goes up to Tom Brady. It was the first thing he said. He was like,
"Nice shoes,
did you win
bitch."
those?" He was like, "Did you win those shoes in the divorce?" And then he gave some tea. He said like, Tom wasn't mic'd, but he yelled at me and was like, "Yeah, I'll shove one of these right up your fucking ass."
I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, he just walks up the first joke, right? He was like,
Yeah.
"Nice shoes, bitch. Did you win those in the divorce?"
Yeah.
And I guess he was like, it was actually interesting hearing him talk about it because he was like, I had this internal debate about like, should I respond because he wasn't mic'd and I don't know if I had something to say and other people didn't hear him, but like I heard him and I could repeat what he said, but he was like, you have to make like a split decision to just like axe the joke. He also had a lot of, you should listen to it if you're curious. Like he had so much info about the whole roast that's just like interesting. Like they did not want him to be a part of the roast whatsoever. And he told, I guess he was like
Tom Brady specifically.
Netflix did not want Tony Hinchcliffe on this roast whatsoever. And I think he was talking to Joe Rogan about it or something. And Joe was like, oh, well, I know Tom Brady. Like, I'll just text Tom Brady and tell him that like you're an incredible roaster. And like Tony like literally roasts every week. He has a show called Kill Tony. And I think I've talked about it on here, but very briefly, they basically bring up people who put their names in a bucket and they do 1 minute of stand up and they just like roast the people basically or try to help them, but it's mostly like a roast session. So he's good at it. He's really quick on his feet. And Joe's like texted Tom Brady and was like, you need this guy. Like he's hilarious. He's going to be really good. And Tom was like, great. Like he sent him a clip. He was like, great, add him on, whatever. And then Netflix still said no, I guess. And then Dana White.
Is he just really problematic or something?
Yeah, he's like pretty problematic. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know like to the extent really, but he's just, he's very outspoken and will just say whatever he feels. And then I guess Dana White got a call from Netflix being like, can you be a part of this like roast? We want to do like something with you. I can't remember exactly. And then Dana reached out to Tony being like, hey, can you come with me and like help me with it and like be at my table and stuff? And Tony was like, want to and I want to help you in any way. I'm just also really trying to get on this roast and like have a set myself. So he got in and he did his thing, and
He did sit with Dana.
he did, yeah. And I think like that was a part of it. They were like going to have him do 1 minute of like Kill Tony, like Dana do 1 minute of Kill Tony basically, and then they just kept changing things around, and it's the classic.
They did do something like that, but it was weird because
did,
that part,
yeah.
like, I didn't think it was funny.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But yeah,
Like,
he
I
said
literally was like, what is happening?
he said he had like all these jokes planned in a certain order, but like when he got to the stage, everyone was sitting in different orders, and so he had to like
switch it up.
And
He did it so fast. He did a great job.
He did. It was very funny, and it like really like it was good for the show too, because it kind of mixed things up for a minute, kept it less, you know, just
formal.
person.
I did find it just so interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why Tom Brady
said that.
Yeah, like, bro, it's a roast.
Like, calm down.
Of course,
He must
people
like
are gonna
hate this
talk
guy.
about your divorce.
Nice shoes, bitch.
I don't understand.
You should watch that episode if you are bored or like are driving or something.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I mean, there's like so much more. I like don't remember, but
We'll have to check it out.
yeah. Two Bears, One Cave is what the podcast is. It's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
They were the worst on the roast.
And Tony also is like, they like make jokes about that too. How like they were
really?
so bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least they're self-aware.
And it was so funny because they were like, Tony was like making fun of how bad their set was. And then after he told his whole story of like how he finally got on the roast, they were like, well, you're going to hate how our story happened. And they're like, Netflix called Bert, hey, you want to be on the roast? Yep. And that's like all that happened.
It was really
and then
not
Bert was
good.
like, only if Tom can do it with me and we're paid the same. Aww. And so they were like, they finally were like, okay, fine, sure. And then he told Tom, and Tom's like, I don't want to do it. But then they ended up doing it. So yeah, very funny. I love roasts. They're so funny.
Yeah. That was such a good one. I love them when I know the person. Not personally, but
Yeah, of course. I know for me it was a little hard, but I liked the comedians that were there.
Yeah.
So
okay, this news happened, I believe, yesterday. Breaking news. Jax.
Oh.
Taylor might have a new girlfriend.
This is crazy, actually.
Okay, wait, this is so funny. So when we were in Joshua Tree, it must have been actually, like Sunday night, I think. I saw this story and I was like, that's wild. And then normally when this stuff happens, I got to research.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this woman? And so I went to her Instagram account. She has like the biggest boobs on earth.
It's crazy.
Like the biggest ones I've ever seen. And so I was looking at her Instagram account, but I fell asleep. Like, it was like 4 a.m. and I fell asleep.
Post her like
TJ,
like pushing her boobs up and down on your story on accident while you're sleeping.
Literally. But I fell asleep and TJ was like still at the house, like partying. And so then the next day when we were driving home, he was like, hey, like when I went to turn rain sounds on your phone last night, your Instagram was opened to this like girl's Instagram account.
Imagine if it was the other way around.
No, literally. And I was like, who? And he was like, well, she had like really big boobs. Literally for a second, he was like, is she like gay? Like, why is she looking at this girl's Instagram?
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, no.
That's so funny.
I was like, that's Jax's new girlfriend. And I was like, I probably just fell asleep like looking at it. And he was like, oh my God. I was like so confused.
You're so dangerous with your phone falling asleep.
Yeah, he was like, why is she looking at this?
Could you fucking imagine if it was TJ, like literally just being like, who is this? Like, oh my God, he's a new girlfriend, and then falling asleep and you're like, oh my fucking God, why are you looking at this, you ass?
No.
No, and the things I have seen of this girl, so I sub to like Vanderpump Rules and Blocked by Jax and The Valley on Reddit. I've seen so many things about this girl against my will, just like videos of her just being like very like porny and like.
Well, she does OnlyFans.
Yes, which is fine, but it's just like, it's a little shocking to me. It's not shocking to me that Jax would do this, but the timing is kind of shocking to me. And I didn't think it would happen this quickly.
This is not shocking to me at all. This makes perfect sense. Him and the two other dumbasses are just Peter Pan.
Oh, the Toms?
Kids for life.
Yeah,
yes.
Maybe they'll move into an apartment together again.
No, they're gonna all move into Tom's house. Like, it's gonna happen.
I feel like it should.
But so then I was this
for the
morning.
Show. But wait, how would they film The Valley and then Vanderpump Rules? It'd be all the same.
So many cameras, especially since Jax is like, I don't want any of them on my show.
Yeah.
But I went to like see if there was an article because I also saw a TikTok last night where they were like out at a bar.
I think it was at Jax's.
And it was weird. The walls didn't look like Jax's though.
Maybe it wasn't. I just assumed it was.
I thought so too. But so they were out at a bar or whatever. It was somebody's birthday. And then they like people were filming and then the girl was just like, and I'm pregnant.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, okay, she is an instigator and she knows what she's doing.
Well, apparently she auditioned for a reality show like a long time ago.
Yeah, like this makes perfect sense to
Totally.
me.
But poor Brittany, Jesus Christ.
Well,
I mean,
married the man.
I mean, yeah, but still.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I was doing my nails yesterday and I didn't have like any podcasts that I had to like catch up on. So I listened to it's like the bottom of the barrel.
Their podcast?
Jackson Brittany's, but it was just Brittany interviewing Schwartz.
Oh, that's right. I saw clips of that on TikTok.
Yeah. Actually, that was kind of interesting too. But just like what Schwartz was saying about Joe, like she just like lied. She's a pathological liar. And I know like listening to Schwartz is like take it with a grain of salt. But like what he was saying, I was like, that's kind of crazy.
No, I believe him.
I do too.
Because Katie was right.
What?
Because Katie was calling her Spooky Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tom Schwartz all fucking season was like, Katie, you're a monster. But now here he is on podcasts talking shit about the same person he was trying to get Katie to be quiet about. She's right. She's always right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually so true. And he was like, oh yeah, she lied. I don't know if you heard this part, but she specifically lied about, I think before they started filming, he was like asking her if she's comfortable filming or something. And she was like, oh yeah, I babysit the producer's child all the time, or like I used to babysit or nanny the producer's baby, and like that never happened.
Yeah, no,
it's just like weird. Like,
what are you talking about? I don't know this girl.
It's a very weird thing to lie about.
A pathy liar.
And also in that episode, Brittany was like, he was like, how is your relationship with Jax? Like, how are you guys doing? And she was like, well, I can't really be in the same room with him right now. I think this was filmed maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Jax was like somewhere being like, we don't believe in divorce. And I'm like, okay, well,
that was on the Valley.
You should.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to let her divorce you. But it seems like they're getting divorced.
Just, Brittany, for the love of God, leave him. Literally put fucking divorce papers in front of him.
I think she's going to. She seems like she's over it.
I know.
By the way, she's speaking and stuff.
For? What? Wait, full bags.
I don't know, but also, what are you doing in this fucking $20,000 Airbnb a month? Come on, girl.
Crazy. Okay, but so I went to this article because I was like, oh, I wonder if, like, what they're saying. And it made me LOL. Because it says, the new couple was seen grabbing lunch together at Granville Cafe in Los Angeles after spending a romantic evening together at Oaks Bar the night before. The Oaks?
The Oaks.
Is a dive bar that specializes in karaoke. In no way, shape, or form.
Oh, yes.
Would I ever in a million years refer to this place as a romantic bar to be at?
Yeah, I'm trying to like picture it. I've definitely been there before.
The walls inside are brick, like it's bricks. It's not romantic.
Maybe they're cuddling up on a bench.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Classic.
Another thing that I took away, I saw this online actually, was that when they were going out, she picked him up at like his and Brittany's home, and it was in a limo.
In a limo.
Which is so funny.
That's like, you have to be doing that on purpose.
100%. It's shocking to me that there are no photos of it. Like something like that, you would think that they would call like specifically paparazzi to shoot.
Maybe they were late.
But yeah, it says then Paige dropped him off at Jax's, but she left
in her limo. Like, where is she going by herself in the limo home?
It says the model's known for being an explicit internet personality who shares raunchy photos and videos. Okay. I mean,
hopefully she's on the Valley next season. I'm curious what the next season will be like.
Absolutely. I don't think she will. They're not going to be
make it that far. Then. I don't know. If she wants to be on TV, she's going to make it happen.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's of course why she's with him.
Yeah.
Because
it's crazy too. She's like younger than us.
Yeah, she's 31.
Like that's crazy to just what?
Jax, you are truly disgusting.
Yeah. Yikes.
Okay.
Also, I just want to say, I cannot believe we're recording on Tuesday. It's finally the third part of the reunion.
Well, we have the second part to talk about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited. What happened? Today is Tuesday.
Thank God. It went by really fast. Actually, all of the reunions have gone by really fast.
I know.
Thank God.
These past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Time was on our side.
It really was. Okay. So here are some takeaways from the second reunion.
Please remind me.
Okay. Basically, it starts off as a continuation of the first episode of the reunion where Lala was like yelling at Katie for not being authentic. So Lala says Katie was not authentic this season because she had conversations with her off camera that Katie didn't have on camera. Ariana says that Katie's comments she made to Lala in private would not have upset her if it was filmed because Katie had a right to be confused and process her own feelings. Also, Ariana was like, we had these conversations. So, and Katie's main reason was she was like, by the time we started filming, like I was already over these things.
Which is fair. It's like Lala just trying to pick something.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not going to rehash things that I was upset about just for the show. Like there's no purpose in doing that. Like I no longer felt that way. So
which
that
makes sense to me. Yeah. It's like when you're just like not mad at someone anymore. And it's like, why are you mad at this person? It's like, because I'm over it.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I think it's just truly because like Lala like lives for the show and everyone else is like, the show is my job. Like this isn't my life.
Yeah. I saw a clip. It was like a 2-minute clip of tonight's. And it's like, I won't say anything, but it's very much like, oh yeah, Lala's like, it's a paycheck.
Oh, God.
She's worried about a paycheck.
Okay. This was interesting to me. Andy asked Lala why she was allowed to have boundaries with Randall, but Ariana can't with Sandoval. And Lala was like, well, there's one main difference.
Which makes no sense.
I have a kid. And it's like, okay, yes, that's like another factor.
I thought you say the house thing.
Yeah, but like that's another factor for you, but that doesn't make it any different.
Yeah, it's a different situation.
Yes. Sheena then chimes in, of course she does. And she's like, he's more than just a cheater. And, which is also like
there was so much more that happened in the
diminishing, like literally you're sitting there diminishing the way that Ariana feels just because like Lala's situation was so different, which it's like, okay, but like at the end of the day, Lala was hurt by this man and she has her boundaries for whatever reason she does. Ariana was hurt by this man and she has her boundaries for whatever reason she does. Like those are the two main things you take away. It's not like this situation is the same as this situation.
So
it's
you
just
shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, no, it's just these are the boundaries that they have each set in their own lives. And Ariana loved the scene with Ariana because she was like so composed with being like, no, like you don't need to understand why. You just have to respect that this is what I have put into place for myself. And Lala still could not get it through her fucking skull.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you still live under the same roof as him, so it doesn't make sense to anybody. And if I still lived in the same roof as Randall, like none of you would have understood. And it's like, okay, this is clearly you like still making this about you.
And I saw an old clip of her talking about their divorce or breakup or whatever, and she was like, I literally barricaded myself in the room for weeks or for days or something. God. So it's like it's really not that different. I mean, of course you left way sooner than Ariana, but you didn't own the house with him. Like Ariana couldn't leave because of the legal shit.
Yeah.
I just like this is the most frustrating argument point because it makes no sense.
So stupid, and she's so like set on it.
She just wants it. Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like they were living in the same house and like eating ice cream on the couch every night.
No, I know. It's not like she's like, you guys can't hang out with Sandoval or otherwise I fucking hate you. And then she goes home and like watches Vanderpump Rules with him.
Like sure, they were living in this under the same roof, but they weren't like sharing space and
no
time
communication whatsoever. They had a mediator, for God's sake.
I just don't understand why she doesn't get it.
I don't either.
Okay, then Andy brings up Dancing with the Stars. Sheena says she was hurt because Ariana didn't tell her specifically, but other people knew. And she found out because she went to something for Ariana, and then people were like, oh, congratulations, Ariana. And she was like, congratulations about what? But then Ariana said that a leak happened and production was like, you gotta lock it down. Like you can't fucking tell anyone. And then she basically was like, I didn't trust telling you, like wouldn't get out because like you're a public figure. And if I was talking about it, like someone could have overheard, whatever.
That's like makes sense too.
Yep.
But I get Sheena's point too, but
totally.
But with the context, it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, actually I think it was the Broadway thing that Sheena overheard.
Oh, I thought it was Dancing with the Stars too. I don't think it was Broadway. I feel like they didn't talk about that much.
I think, no, they did because that's what Katie was upset about. Broadway. I can't remember. Like, I think that's how Sheena found out about Broadway. And then Dancing with the Stars was that there was a leak. Also, I was seeing someone said that they think that Lisa leaked Dancing with the Stars.
Probably.
She loves the tabloids.
Probably. She's like, it's going to help my show.
Yeah. We found out that Allie charges $195 an hour for her astrology readings, which I thought was so interesting. Like that's literally more than people make in like an 8-hour shift.
It's more than I was paying for therapy, which is so funny.
Like that's what? You better
However-
tell me my future.
However, I guess I shouldn't compare because therapy's every week, but this is like once you do this like once.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
still, it's like, I don't
it's
know
so funny.
what people charge for something like that
No, I
normally.
have no idea. I mean, good for her.
She
slay.
probably is a little spiked because she is a public figure. I
Yeah.
feel like she's got to like make it a little
James
higher.
was like, it's going to be more. We're going to charge more.
I love it.
I think that they should have, oh, James also was like, we should be hosting like a seminar or whatever. I think that Allie should have like, do like astrology reading parties.
Yeah.
She could charge so much money.
And she's on Vanderpump Rules. It would be so fun
Yeah.
to like have her come to your party.
Yeah.
Pitch that to her.
I think that she should do
And
it.
you should take 10%.
Yeah. Then Joe comes out too. And this is where things,
Oh, yeah.
it was just so weird. Joe, like,
I'm so confused by Joe. I just don't get it.
so confused. Okay. Also, so basically they were fighting about like when it all happened. I also don't know why Joe just can't be like, yeah, I fucked up. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have done that. Like it becomes such a like
She's like, I didn't.
fight.
Yeah.
When it doesn't really need to be. It's just like, okay, at this point, like he doesn't give a shit about you. Like just admit that it was wrong.
Yeah.
But she says that she stayed with him during COVID, and Katie was like, no, you didn't. Like, we were literally still together. But then Joe, like, she was like, well, technically it was like still COVID because like my friends were getting COVID.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what? Literally, what are you saying?
I mean, you could say that now.
Yeah, I know. It just like doesn't make any sense.
Well, it was during COVID, like last
like
week.
Schwartz and Katie didn't even get divorced until I think like 2022. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Okay. Interesting. They also, maybe it was Lala. She was like, how often are you guys like sleeping together? And they said like 2 times a week. So it's not like, because Schwartz was like, oh, like we slowed things down like when we started filming. But then she was like, okay, well, how often are you sleeping together? And then like she said that and she was like, okay, so well, that's not like slowing things down.
Yeah. Not at all.
Katie did say she felt bad for Joe. And Joe was like, you felt bad for me.
No, that was so. Also, I know she's like not used to like production, but the way she kept interrupting,
I
was like,
know.
shush.
And just being so weird.
But I think they did it on purpose because I feel like everyone probably interrupts. They just turn off their mics when they're editing or whatever. But I was just like, shut up. She's like, oh, breadcrumbing. Oh, like leading breads to the. I was like, shut up.
I know. But yeah, Katie was like watching it back. Like, I feel bad for you because like Schwartz was just kind of leading you on.
Yeah. He also, sorry not to interrupt like this, but he also, it just like adds to it. But on Brittany and Jax's podcast, he was saying that he was like, I started pulling away right before filming. And he was like, for very, very real reasons. I wasn't just like, bye. He said that he called her parent or she called his parents or something. And it was like, it was a lie and it was crazy. And he was like, I can't deal with this girl. But then it was like on the show, it was like, oh, but you're still close.
It's also like if she did those things, end it with her.
Yeah. I
Like,
know.
This is what he does.
He has at this point. He's like, she's like X'd out of my life.
No, of
but
course. But it's like, okay, but in retrospect, like you were still continuing to like
100%.
engage with her, lead her on, sleep with her.
yeah,
So just
100%.
yeah, like you're not a victim here.
Yeah. He kept being like, I just want her to stop building a platform on my name. It's like, go do whatever you want. Just stop doing it on my name. Go to make surfing videos. Go do your thing, Joe.
Yeah.
He's like, do your hair videos. Go surfing.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been saying I love you to her
I mean,
when you really didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone starts piling onto Schwartz basically. And they're like, no, you're a fuckboy.
Yeah. Which I get.
Even Lisa. Then Joe brought up, she was like, well, now you have a girlfriend and like you're so public with her. But,
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
wouldn't even, which was a fair point.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, it was really hurtful to me that you wouldn't even like say that we were in a relationship when we were like having sex. We were saying, I love you. But then like their whole conversation about I love you, like you could tell she really wanted to stand up for herself, but then he would say something. She's like, yeah, you're right. You did it
I
like
know.
in a respectful way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
It was a way I know in a way that I know you meant it. And
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Can I see the text?
Oh yeah. Then he referred to their relationship. He was like, what we had was magic. And Lala
Lightning
was
in a
like,
bottle.
You literally can't just say it was a relationship. Like you're a dick.
Yeah, he's like, that's gaslighting, like saying it's magic, it's lightning in a
Yes.
bottle, and then saying, well,
Yes.
we weren't together.
His happy place.
Yeah, it's like, well, then,
Yeah.
so how you want to feel in a relationship?
Yeah. Okay, then Andy, we got some Allie facts. He asked her if she wants to get married soon. And she said she isn't thinking about that right now because the group of people she hangs around with aren't really like inspiring her to do so.
Fair.
And she also said that she wants a very long engagement.
Yeah, if you were to propose now, she's like, it'd be a long
I
engagement.
know, I'm like, how long? Would
7
like
years.
that follow up.
I know.
Like, is a year long? Is 2 years long? What's long?
In my opinion, 3+ is a long time.
Yeah.
I think 2 is a little pushing it, but
2 is long.
it's long. But you're still like planning throughout the whole time. I feel like when you're like engaged and like,
Not necessarily.
oh, really? Oh, well, I don't know.
Most people plan weddings within like a year.
Okay. I think 3 years plus is like a long engagement.
Yeah. And then they talk about James getting sober, and Allie says that if he ever drinks again, she'll leave him.
Yeah.
Which
It's a
to me
crazy
was
statement.
like really interesting. Only because as someone who's been like watching them, I'm like, it doesn't seem like she ever wants to get married or like have kids. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting just based on like what she's saying. And so it's interesting that maybe she's like, this would be like the one thing that could be my way out eventually.
Interesting.
If he does.
Yeah. That's how I feel like this is just me speculating, but if I were her, I'd be like, I need a lot more time with this guy to make sure that
Totally.
this isn't going to be like an issue because
Also, they've only been together for like 2 years.
yeah.
Which
So
I don't think is like that long
no, I don't think so either.
to know somebody, and the intricacies of it, of him like being a reality
Yeah,
star
it's a lot.
and,
And the whole
famous.
Raquel thing, it's like
Yeah.
that was a whole thing and it's just
And they got together like immediately after, basically.
yeah.
And James like did look a little shocked when she said that, which means they probably never spoke about that. But
Yeah.
I will say like I ship them and I want them to be together forever.
I love that she's so sweet, but she's not afraid to be like,
100%.
I'll leave him if he drinks
Yeah.
again.
That's what I really found refreshing about when she joined the show, and everyone was like, oh my God, he moved on so quickly from Raquel. They all do, whatever. But then immediately Allie was so different from Raquel in the sense that she was like consistently putting James in his place if he
Yes.
messed up.
Yes, I
Which
love
like
that.
Raquel never did.
Yeah. Because I think at first too, we were like, oh, it's another Raquel.
Yeah.
It's like a young girl who seemed like a little ditzy
Yeah,
or
little
whatever.
sweetie.
And so sorry, Allie, you're not like that at all.
No, she's a queen.
Yeah.
Sandoval said he felt betrayed by Anne going to work for Ariana, which was funny.
That's funny. I guess that's fair.
Yeah. And then
That's funny.
Ariana mentions that the pets, the dogs, are hers. And Sandoval like rolls his eyes when that happens. And then James starts freaking out on him
Oh, yeah.
and is like, well, you didn't have a problem taking Graham Cracker away from
Graham
me
Cracker.
and playing daddy,
yeah, yeah. I loved that.
which was pretty funny. And that's like kind of it.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this one where they show them the finale. I'm very excited. Are we watching it together?
Yeah, you're welcome to come
Okay.
join.
I don't have Pilates, so I'm free. I'm free at any time. I'll be there right at 5.
TJ has to record his fucking podcast, but I think it ends at 6, so he'll be home.
Oh,
at
that's fine.
7.
I was kidding. I wouldn't want to watch at 5 anyway because we'd have to watch commercials. So.
We also wouldn't be able to because it doesn't come on until 6 p.m.
Oh, I thought it was 5.
No,
Oh,
I do have to pee though.
okay. Go piss, girl.
Okay, let me take a sip of Geezer.
A geezer. Geezer water.
This water just reminds me of my friend. This is the water that they would always have at their house. I was a Poland Springs household.
Oh.
The superior and best water
Not a
on
lot
earth.
in Omaha, I don't think.
Do they have it there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like they don't.
Oh, well, then that makes
think
sense.
I feel like it's only on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. I was like, I feel like I've never seen it before.
Yeah, oh my God, it's so fucking good. Anytime we go to New York, I'm like straight
Really?
to a bodega, filling up my mini fridge at the hotel.
I
with
have
this.
never tasted water that I was like, this tastes different, except for
Oh.
Arrowhead. Arrowhead's the only water I've ever been like, oh, I don't really like this, which shocked me because I'm not a picky water girl.
You should try Poland Spring.
Yeah, I should.
I wish we still had a P.O. box. I'd have someone send us some from the East Coast.
When are you going there
Just
next?
send me a case of water.
When are you going next?
We go back to Massachusetts in June.
Oh my God, we'll just put a bottle in your backpack.
I can't bring it through the airport.
I think you can do it if it's closed, right? If it's sealed.
I don't think so.
How does Chris Clemens do it? I mean, not Chris Clemens, Chris Olsen.
He fakes it.
No, I know. I know.
It's not real.
Imagine thinking that's real. The first one I ever saw, I was like, okay, well, clearly you can't bring this on the plane. Like, that was my first thought. I was like, if you've flown twice, like, you know you can't do this.
Yes. You can put it in your, if you have like a
thermos
check bag, you can put water in there.
Okay, we'll do a check bag for me. I'm at Poland Spring.
I put a case of Poland Spring. It just weighs 100 pounds. Oh,
just wheeling that around.
It's so
But think about it.
good.
You could give me one and then you could stock your fridge up at home and then it'd be like home.
Yeah, but I'm not checking a bag.
No, I bet you could order it online if you really wanted it.
I don't know.
You could order a case of Poland Springs. Of course you can.
From where?
From the East Coast.
But like, from who?
I don't know. PolandSprings.com.
Let's see.
Amazon.com.
I just feel like they probably only deliver like, wow, new bottle. Shopping? Water delivery?
I mean, like delivery wise, yes, probably only to certain zip codes. However,
had one of
delivery.
these.
Oh, see, that looks so familiar to me.
The logo? Or
The blue
Well,
bottle with the Poland Springs on it.
oh.
Okay, I don't know. Guys, sorry.
No, this is
It has to do with Vanderpump
need
Rules.
to know.
I mean, they did do a water taste
where
test.
to buy. Yeah, which was so funny because Brock on Instagram, he counted like his top 5 moments, and the water sommelier was like number 3
Of like good or bad.
of like the best moments. And I was like, yeah, it was a boring season.
Yeah. However,
Okay.
maybe that was fun. I'm curious.
Buy online now. Wait, let's see. Still water, no flavor. Los Angeles. Wait, oh my God, they have it. Wait, Instacart. Find nearby.
Where?
They sell Poland Springs at Staples. It says they have it at Target.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like it looks like oh, that's not it. Never mind.
Okay, well, maybe we're going to have to go. And then for a video, it's Carly trying Poland Spring water for the first time.
So exciting.
It says that they have it here.
They do. I'm sure they do. Maybe they've branched out since you've moved.
They must
Things have changed.
I'm going to have to check. I also like never buy bottled water.
Yeah.
So, because I'm a sustainable queen. Let's talk about the Valley.
Oh,
Okay.
Valley was crazy. It's getting really good.
Yeah. Not last week's episode, but the week before that, we were like left on a cliffhanger, and it was like Jax and Michelle's conversation. And then so last week's episode was basically like them finishing that. And Michelle was like, oh yeah, like I did that. I texted guys, but it was all for business. I never sent them like inappropriate photos. And then Jesse, Michelle was like, I need to have a conversation with Jesse about this. Goes to have a conversation with him, and immediately he just like screams
Jax!
for Jax. Like he's like, I don't want to play a game of telephone here. Like, let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
He's like,
Which
what is-
honestly I get because with that group,
Yeah. And he's like, okay. He also like probably doesn't trust his wife.
I know.
So he, heard it out of the horse's mouth. Jax told him, and then he was like, okay, yeah, I knew this and I don't care. And that was the conversation,
whole
like
thing,
extremely anticlimactic. Then we're back at Jax yelling at Brittany for throwing up, and they're all out in the kitchen. Brittany is in her bed resting, and Jax like so aggressively is like, I'm going to ask you all one time, and you better answer the damn question. Like,
Like a
how
dad.
much did Brittany drink on the boat? Like,
And everyone was
literally
like,
just like
zero.
That. Yeah, all the girls were like 0. She wasn't drinking on the boat. And then he was like, kind of doubling down with like, you're lying.
Yeah.
And then Brittany just opens the bedroom door.
She said on the podcast, just to give context to this, that scene, she wasn't mic'd up or anything because she was obviously sick. And she said, as soon as I flew the door open, someone with a boom mic came up so fast to catch her
Yeah.
because they were like, oh shit.
There she is.
So they got that fight. Yeah.
And to her credit, I get why she was upset. Like Jax,
100%.
Every time, here's the thing. I don't fault Jax for being frustrated with her. Like clearly, first of all, I don't think Brittany has a drinking problem. I'm going to like go on the record and say that.
I'll say Reddit thinks that she does.
No, I think that like, I mean, we're shown years and years and years ago that like she had stomach problems. She had an ulcer, and like then her doctor was like, hey, like maybe start drinking because of this ulcer. Like, I don't know if she still has an ulcer, but like, obviously she's talked about it a bunch. Like, she has a lot of stomach problems. I don't think the issue is with like that she's drinking too much.
Like getting
I think
wasted.
the issue is that she has like a shot of sake and then is
sick from it. Yeah.
Like, that's a bigger issue to me.
Yeah. And I
Because
think that's why
obviously
Jax is
something's wrong.
actually mad. I don't think it's coming across. Obviously, the way he's like confronting her about it is terrible and should never happen.
Yeah.
But I think I think that he's like communicating it wrong. Like, he's saying like she's drinking and now she's drunk, she's throwing up. I think what he means is she's drinking like at least even just one drink and it's fucking up her stomach. And now she's like, it's like a malicious thing she's doing by like ruining their trip or something.
To me, especially in this scene, it was like, how much did she have to drink? It's giving like, oh, she just keeps getting fucked up.
He's like framing her as an alcoholic.
Exactly.
When
I do not think that she is.
I don't think so either. I mean, I guess I don't know, but I don't think so.
The only
she
time
never
on the
seems
show-
like crazy unless they're partying. Like, she never doesn't seem drunk unless they're partying.
Yeah, and also like I would be that way if I was married to the man. But
Yeah, literally.
aside from that, like the only time I
I'd be
feel like
blacked
this
out all the
season where she's been like blacked out or whatever was that when the girls like did that trip to Malibu and it was like her night away. And also like things we're not seeing fully is like the relationship problems that they're having. And so like I'm sure that she was probably like, oh, I get a night away from this fucking nightmare situation I've gotten myself into. And so like that is fine to me. But like all season he's been like reprimanding her and trying to make her seem like she is like the world's biggest alcoholic, like yelling at her, being like, be a fucking adult, like
Be a
stop
mom.
drinking, like you want to have another kid, grow up. And it's like, okay, like I completely understand being frustrated by your partner, like maybe not seeking medical professionals' advice on like needing to stop drinking or whatever. And like obviously when she does drink very little amounts of alcohol, it is not sitting well with her body. So like I understand why he's upset, but I think that he should say that instead of being like
accusatory.
how
and
much
shit.
did this girl drink because she's fucked up and none of you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well then yes, clearly if she had nothing to drink and like when she saw the boys she had a drink,
Yeah.
that's the issue.
It's just so much easier to be like, hey, when you drink even a little and it messes up your stomach and then you're sick all night, like that sucks for both of us. Like maybe we could not do like that's so much easier to say than
Totally.
But I mean, but then I'm like confused because she did have that one night where she was like so fucked up and like he was like, you left a trash bag of puke on the driveway last night, and she like laughed about it. And I'm like, how did that not like ruin her the next day? You know, if
Did
like
it not?
one drink, I don't know. I mean, maybe it did.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, how do you drink like that when you have even just one drink and you're sick? Like
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
would avoid it like the plague.
I think she should go back to the doctor
Yeah, I think
and
so
see
too.
what they have to say
Yeah.
about that. But it does seem like she has a very unsettled tummy, which I understand. I can relate to that. But also if like,
We need a reunion for the show.
it's honestly
Especially
a crime.
Especially what's happening right now with like Jax and this new girlfriend. Like I want a reunion and I want Brittany to talk about this whole alcohol thing because I
know.
feel like it'll make sense.
Yeah. To add on to that story, I liked how Brittany was like, I'm your wife and you're trying to like make me look bad in front of all these people and I can hear you doing
Yeah,
it.
she was right there.
Like no one else is talking about this but you.
Yeah, which is the pretty much opposite of what should be happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to me, it seems like this whole season, Jax has been using this as like their storyline when I think it's because he didn't want to like talk about the bigger problems that were happening. Like she's like, let's focus on our marriage and talk about our marriage and like go on date night and do all of these things. And he's like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. You're an alcoholic.
Yeah, and it's like I'd much rather see the date night stuff.
Yeah, but it's like those are the things. That's the actual problem. Like
Yeah.
you guys haven't slept together in a year. Like, and she's trying to make it work, and like you are just obviously.
Making her feel worse.
Yes.
So it's like, of course you're gonna fucking separate.
I so wish more than anything that Kristen was there because no one has like had Brittany's back in the sense of being like, don't fucking talk to your wife that way. Not a single person.
Oh yeah, I know. Which
And
is
I'm
crazy
like,
because they're
how
all just
are
like,
you-
oh, Jax is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? If anyone was talking to like, even if I wasn't that close with them, I'd be like, bro, like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. Even all the guys.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, how are you all just allowing this?
I don't know, because I know some of those guys are like, if I talk to my wife like this, like,
Yeah.
it'd be over.
It was very bizarre. And I wish Kristen was there because she would have had Brittany's back and yelled at Jax, and I would have lived for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Krista not being there, Zach posted an Instagram story with the location tag of Big Bear, which is
so
just like
funny.
so funny and iconic.
Petty, I love it.
But Janet was so dramatic. She's like, I didn't sleep all
I
night.
know. I'm like, do you really think he's gonna come like murder you?
Literally.
Like what?
What did you think he was gonna do?
I know. I mean, I understand seeing it and being like a little unsettled to be like, is he here? Like what?
But also, like, if they
not
showed
scary.
up, like, what's gonna happen?
I know, it's
and
like-
why are you acting like your baby moon hasn't been a shit show from the start? Like, clearly, it's not them making things dramatic. It's like, it's just the way it is. You all are a dramatic group.
And it's funny seeing him post that and just like be in Kristen's apartment.
Yeah, their spa day.
Yeah.
Which was so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, then like all the guys are having a very serious chat, and Danny opens up about how he's struggling.
Right.
And the boys are like, does Nia respect you? And he's like, I do, but I feel like, and then Jesse fully interjects and is like, but they never do.
Basically talking about helping with the baby, like they don't appreciate the men helping with the baby. When I saw that, my first reaction was like, you're also the parent. This shouldn't be you helping. This
Yes.
should be you also raising.
Yes. Also, your wife carried 3 children
What
in
the
her
hell?
womb, which is like almost 2 years of her life. And now she's struggling with depression.
Yeah.
And like, you also wanted to have children and you brought them into the world equally. So you should take care of them equally. And if your wife is struggling, like, you're going to have to pick up the slack, and it's going to be
Yeah,
hard,
just a
but don't
part
try
of
to paint her out to be like a non-appreciative person.
Yeah. And it's like, she doesn't need, I mean, of course, like I appreciate Nolan doing nice things for me, but it's like, yeah, but he should be doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like regular things.
Yeah.
Like having a baby, the whole conversation was like, yeah, he was like, I just feel like I'm always putting babies on boobs and like I'm just up all night and blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Jesse was like, does she respect it?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. She's like, they never do. And it's like, that's I was like, huh?
He was like, I do, but I feel like.
Or appreciate it, not respect it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's like, what? There's nothing to appreciate. Like, I mean, obviously there is, but it's not like, ooh, gold medal for also waking up in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
taking care of our
For being a
baby. Like,
parent.
they're both doing it. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's also like annoying. I'm like, Jesse, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Like, they never do, to like paint all women to
Yeah,
be like people
they
who
never
don't
do.
respect you, like whatever.
Yeah.
That was annoying. And then they were outside for a pretty long time, like all talking about it. Then they start talking about like, oh, I want to have another baby. Like Jax was like, I don't want to have another baby. And Jesse was like, I do want to have another baby, but Michelle doesn't want to have a baby with me. And like, you know what? I think we're done.
Oh, yeah, he's like, I think our relationship is done.
And then
It's like, oh,
while they're all talking, Janet like comes outside because all the girls had been in the kitchen like starting to cook, but they needed the guys to cook the burgers because she's like, no one knows how the fuck to do this. She steps outside and like barely gets a word out, and Jesse just goes, no, go back inside.
like literally treating like women are animals.
Yeah, literally. I was like,
Get back in your
whoa.
cage.
And nobody said a damn thing.
I know.
Who, like, if I were Janet and TJ were out there and one of his friends spoke to me that way,
I
and he wasn't
know.
like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Livid.
Yeah. And
For him to not,
her
like,
husband was
have
out
her-
there, right?
Yes. He was sitting right next to him.
was he like, he didn't say anything?
He like, I think followed Janet inside.
Ugh, yeah.
Because then rightfully, like, not Janet's biggest fan right now. And like, she seems to be having like little meltdowns about everything.
Yeah.
Granted, she is pregnant, but like some of them I'm just like drama, drama, drama. This one was so valid.
More context, by the way, on the Brittany and Jax podcast, Brittany said that she was the one that was going to cook everything. But since she was sick, it was like all on Janet. So that just shows like a little bit more of like the stress, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also, like, even without that context, I was team Janet.
No,
I was like, you guys have just been sitting out here getting
Totally.
fucked up, and like all the women are inside cooking.
Totally. But I'm just saying, like, I think that shows like why she was so
Totally.
stressed besides everything else
Yes.
going on. She was like, oh, fuck, now I have to cook everything. And she's a good
and
cook. but-
everyone was fucked up and she was sober.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Which has to be the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah.
Especially being pregnant. Like, I can't even have a glass of wine if I want.
yeah, I was fully team Janet. And then she was like, I am pregnant. I've been doing stuff all day. Like, all I need is for you guys to cook this. And like, and you like guys made me feel like shit.
Yeah.
I really wish he had slap Jesse across the face.
That'd be
though.
fucking amazing.
I really like Janet's husband.
I do too. I need a reunion. I really do.
I know.
I didn't think I did until like the last 2 weeks.
I need it.
I need it too.
I'll be interested to see what's on this week. Is this week episode 10?
I have no
Maybe
idea.
episode 11?
No idea.
Which is crazy. I don't feel like there's been that many episodes.
I know. When it's over, it's like, well, damn.
I know. I saw that Jax said online he does not want Lala and Sheena to join the cast.
Yeah, very.
I think a lot of fans don't disagree with that. He said that it's not fair to the current cast of The Valley, which I don't really understand.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't understand that.
But those are his words. And I don't know if Sheena and Lala have responded to it, but I thought that was interesting. I think it just stems from him being like, this is my show.
Oh, for sure. And he's like, I'm the Vanderpump Rules of this show.
Also, I don't think that he would want there to be people to
Like call him
support
out.
Brittany.
Oh yeah, and to call him out.
Yeah.
And be like, especially like Lala.
Yeah.
However, everything aside, like every drama, everything, I could see Lala being on The Valley at some point, just because she is a mom and she could add the drama too.
Oh, I mean, in Sheena, seamlessly.
Sheena too. I don't know. For some reason, Sheena just seems so much younger. I know she's like the same age, but she just like, I don't know what it is. I guess she just seems a little more immature to me than Lala. I don't know.
Well,
but she's still good as gold. So
yeah. I don't think a single person on The Valley is mature.
I know.
Except for Nia. She's
I don't know why. It's like a weird thing in my head. Everyone looks like a parent.
Nia? What's her name?
I think Nia.
Yeah.
I think Nia.
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 We call her both.
We got her both. To me, Sheena just like such a Vanderpump Rules staple. I don't know. For me, it's like hard to see her on another show. But
I do think that like Bravo wouldn't let them film both full time.
No.
Like they would either just have to start off as like a friend of.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Especially if like they don't have a film pickup date in mind for Vanderpump yet.
Yeah.
It probably is just whenever Ariana's done filming Love Island.
Love Island. But then she has to do Chicago like in the fall.
August.
Yeah. So maybe they'll follow her there. I don't know. Show her little.
Or maybe Ariana will be like, I'm done.
True. She might. I wouldn't blame her.
Did you watch the Kardashians?
I did. I watched it yesterday. Just the first episode, right?
So fucking annoying. Just put the whole goddamn
I know.
season.
Because I opened it and I was like, oh, I saw like 3 were loading. And then it was like the next 2 were like.
Stupid.
I thought the first episode was like fine. It was kind of boring, but.
It was pretty boring. I literally didn't even write a single thing down about it because it was just boring. But
yeah.
I did take away from it like they are doing like a weird new filming style.
Oh, in terms, I didn't really notice.
Like kind of setting things up a little bit for like bits. Like the scene with Chloe and Tristan.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That was a bit. Like
Oh, like the bye.
Yeah.
Like that whole part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what's going on here?
and he was just being so weird inside. Like that seemed really fake to me.
You know what was in my head? I was like, I feel like they're literally together, and for public and for the show and everything, they're just acting like they're not. They seem so chemistry's there. The way she's like bantering with him, like I don't know.
For me,
I think they're lying.
I don't.
I do,
I think that she's like,
and I might be wrong, but
I think that she's like, I hate that I have to be around this man forever.
I don't know. I think she loves him.
Oh yeah, pop that right off.
But also the scene where Courtney tells Chris that she has COVID is like so edited, like so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like remember because you watched it a while ago, I think.
I watched it on Thursday.
Oh, okay. So it was like a FaceTime, and it's Chris going, oh, I have a missed FaceTime from Court. And she opens it, and you can tell it's like an audio dub. Like, I don't know, I can just always tell when it's like obviously recorded, not there. But it's like, I can't make it. I tested positive for COVID. And she's like, Chris is like, oh no. And like, sets the phone. It just like doesn't look real to me. And then
that was so weird to me was she made it seem like Travis got home like the night before and like tested for COVID, and then he was fine, and then they were making out for 6 hours, and then the next morning she tested positive, which makes no sense.
she said that, yeah, so he got home, he tested negative.
Yeah.
They made out for 6 hours, whatever that means.
And then she tested positive less
and then
than
he tested positive like a little bit later, like a couple hours later, she like felt his forehead and he tested positive. She's like, oh, now I'm going to get it. So then she tested positive the next day or two or something.
Oh, okay. So, well, she didn't like make it clear how long after.
And the editing was a little confusing because like the whole thing was like Kourtney has COVID and then they're all like kind of freaking out about it. And then Kris is like, oh, Travis has COVID. Like, what are we going to do? And I was like, I feel like they meant to like switch that. I don't know.
It's also the continuity was not good because we see the scene of the party open with Kris wearing
with the mask.
N95.
I was thinking that too. I was like, she would be wearing that if she didn't know.
100%.
So very funny. But it does solve our question. Remember like when the episode or when the pictures came out, we were like, why is Kim's photo like so far away from, not even with Kourtney or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense now.
Again, I think they just need to, you've got the money, you've got the resources, film in real time.
Oh my God, film live.
Like, it's just like, I know all this stuff now.
Yeah.
You know, we're not breaking any news stories.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably watch a season.
I definitely will. I always do. Did you even finish last season?
No.
Yeah.
I wanted.
She's not keeping
I meant to, and then I forgot to. So the intention was there.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely doing like a different thing with filming. So I'm going to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Keep an eye on it. Write it down.
Because it was pretty interesting.
All right.
In a way that I was like, this is fucking weird.
I did like notice that scene and I thought it was like kind of strange, but that's the only thing I really noticed that was like different, I guess.
I think it's because I watch it so much.
Yeah, maybe. You're like, can tell more.
And I was like, they're doing something different.
I don't know. I loved it.
You loved the episode?
No, I didn't. No, I meant the scene of Khloe.
Did you?
No, I'm kidding. Oh. It was just like weird.
I was like, can this be done?
I know.
Like, I know Khloe's not standing in his driveway for real.
Also, the whole like going to Paris, it's like such a stupid like their little like fight about it. Kim and Khloe, I was like, this is so like dumb.
Khloe didn't even. She was just like, why would I go?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Like, why would you need her there?
Yeah.
Kim's just like trying to force her into stuff that she doesn't want to do, and like, I'm sorry, but she's gonna fly to Paris to just like
for a couple 12 hours or whatever,
and then go home. Like, you really think she's gonna meet someone in 12 hours? Like,
yeah.
And I didn't like how she was like, you're not gonna meet someone in car pickup, and it's like, she might.
Yeah, she could meet him in LA.
Why are you being a hater?
Yeah, I know.
She literally could just meet a normal fucking dad in car pickup. Relax.
I know. It's just, she was like, oh fuck, what was I about to say?
It's interesting. Every season, like, I feel like this happens with sisters, but like every season there's always like a different pairing of how close they all are.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this season we were shown a trailer that like this season is Kim and Khloe's season to butt heads, which is interesting because last season they were like besties.
Yeah. And it also seems like Kourtney or Kendall and Kylie are a lot closer maybe. So that'll be cute to see.
They were pretty close last year.
Oh, okay.
But they never really filmed a lot.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because I saw the trailer where Kylie is like very upset about body image or something.
Oh,
something like that, and they're like hugging and they're both crying and stuff. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I didn't see that.
Because Kylie is like, I just didn't think this would affect me, but I guess it does. It's like
also it was confirmed that Scott's on Ozempic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because they saw it in his fridge.
Yeah. Bub.
Hello, cat.
Sorry, my cat is. Come here. Oh, you're right there. Sounded like you were upstairs. All right. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
I am?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. Am I the asshole for not giving my daughter her college fund money? My daughter is 17 and is currently in her senior year of high school. My husband and I have been saving up. This is actually crazy. My husband and I have been saving up for her college since she was a newborn, and we have almost $200,000 in that account. I just think that's crazy.
Okay.
Huh? She recently told us that she doesn't want to do the traditional route of going to a 4-year college straight out of high school. She wants to take some time off from education and get a job and figure out if or when at all she wants to go to school. This was fine to me. I support her no matter what path she decides to take. However, she asked me if we could give her the money because she wants to buy a new car amongst other things. I told her no, because if she does choose to eventually go to school, I still want there to be money left in the account. So I'm going to hold on to it for a bit longer. She says she is entitled to the money because it was meant for her and she should still be able to have it even if she doesn't want to go to college. Am I the asshole?
No.
I don't think so either. It is your money. It's not really hers yet. I think
It's only hers if you
give it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no offense, but she didn't work for it.
Yeah. I think at that point I would be like, either no, but you will give it to you when you're like 30 something.
Yeah.
Maybe, or like a trust kind of thing, or like here's all the money, do what you want with it, but if you decide to go to college, like we're not helping, like you're gonna have to do it, so be wise with this money.
Yeah, I think
That's a ton of money.
I think that they should have never told her,
Yeah, I agree.
because like say that she not going to college is no.
Oh, he just wants a pet.
Not going to college is totally fine, but if their intention was to save this money because they want you to do that, then like they can decide what they do with that money if you choose not to do what they wanted you to do with it. Like you're never really entitled to anything, I guess.
I know.
So it's like that makes sense to me.
However, I would be annoyed if
of course.
if I was like pretty broke and I knew there was $20,000.
$200,000.
Or yeah, sorry, $200,000, and I really needed like a car. I'd be like, can you just give me the money for the car and then keep the rest and then I'll figure it out? Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, my cat's trying to bite this plant.
I think that she probably maybe will never go to college, but was like, oh, well, they have all this money for me. So maybe if I don't go, then I can just have $200K. I think just don't tell your kids. Don't tell your kids when you've got money for them.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to turn into a little spoiled brat.
And then how exciting to like surprise them with it at some point.
Yeah, be like, surprise, I'm paying for your college.
Yeah, like actually we got it. We've been saving up for you.
Yeah. I'm also confused. Like, she doesn't have a job?
She's getting a job. I think she like just graduated high school and she's like, I think I don't want to go to college. I want to get a job and figure out what I want to do, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all.
I feel like that's a kind of like a good way to go about it. Unless you like really know what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were her parents, I'd get them being like, well, it'll sit here until you go.
Yeah. Otherwise, retirement fund.
No, they'll probably get a timeshare in Puerto Vallarta. That's what I would do.
Down in Destin, Florida.
Definitely not there because of the dengue.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God. I still need to look that
Thank
up.
God you have me.
Thank God I have you. I'm so scared now.
Okay, am I the asshole? This is a quick one. Am I the asshole for not contacting the school to get my daughter into a talent show that she didn't qualify for? I'll be quick. My daughter is in the 3rd grade and she tried out for the talent show. It is the end of the year show. In short, she didn't get in. The school is too big, and if they let everyone in, everyone would be there for hours. She was very upset about it and had been crying. My wife wants me to fight the school and get her into the talent show. I told her no, and this started an argument. I think it's good for kids to face failure, and she thinks I'm heartless. I told her she can do what she wants, but I will not back her up on this. Am I the asshole?
So which parent wants to call?
The mom wants the husband to call the school and be like, let my daughter in the show.
Well, she didn't get in.
Yeah.
She's got to learn these lessons. You can't grow up thinking my parents will fix everything.
Totally.
Also, it's kind of giving, I'm going to Photoshop you into a rowing and a rowboat or whatever the fuck and get into a college.
It makes me so sad that there are schools that not everyone can get into the talent show.
Yeah, that is sad. I feel like anyone should be able to sign up. But however, I could see how it could turn into mayhem if people were like, I'm going to, just do something stupid, crazy.
Well, like at my school, it wasn't.
You had a talent show?
Yeah.
Oh, jealous. We never had one.
That's crazy.
Never had a talent show.
Yeah. Like there was always, every year there was
Did you ever do it?
Yeah.
Oh, what was your talents?
We did like a dance.
Every year? Or did you do it once? Or?
I did it like one time. And I was like, this isn't for me.
Oh, really? I'm not a performer.
But it makes me really sad that there are schools that are too big that like there are auditions for the talent show. Like that's really sad.
That is kind of crazy. I didn't think about that. Like,
like, no, you're not even talent. You like your shitty talent isn't even good enough to just like
for our shitty school.
Yeah,
like that's sad.
It's really sad.
That's a good
like
point.
One thing to like not make a sports team or like the theater play, but like
just a talent show.
A talent show like that makes me so sad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't imagine being like the person in charge of the talent show and having to like cut kids and be like, I'm so sorry you didn't make it.
Like you're not talented enough, you little fuck.
Yeah. Like you're in 3rd grade and you're not getting into the talent show.
Fucking
like, that
loser.
would
Like,
screw me up for life.
I know.
While I fully like agree with this dad, like I'm like, well, she didn't make it. Like
that's really sad.
you can't like
You
baby
can't,
your kid.
Yeah. It's a good lesson for the child. Totally. It sucks and it's probably crying.
It's like
but
practice more, get better, get stronger.
Yeah.
Get more resilient.
Have an actual talent, you dumb
3rd
child.
grader. I also want to know like what the talent was.
Me too.
Like,
I'm dying to know.
What was this kid so bad
Does it
at?
say? Did he like respond or anything?
He was responding to like comments. Most people were
what if it was like singing? That'd be so sad.
Pumo activated, which like I don't know what that means on Reddit. Pumo activated.
Poo mode activated.
But most people were like,
You're the
not
asshole?
the asshole. No, a lot of people said that he wasn't. So that's why I don't understand what that means.
What is poo mode activated on
don't
Reddit?
know.
What the fuck?
I don't know. But everyone was like on his side. They were like, your kid is going to be entitled if like you're not teaching them these lessons. Yeah. Well, I do understand like it's a kid in 3rd grade. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's
in the mom's being
on the spoiled route. If you're like, my kid needs to be in, even though she's clearly not talented enough.
Yeah, but it's like a good thing to teach. It could be like, this is why you need to like practice really hard and like you'll get better and then next year you're gonna make it.
Yeah, there's nothing like failing and then succeeding.
Yeah,
and you're like, you can did it.
It's definitely like it could be like your villain origin story, but also like it could teach you a really good lesson to just like get really good at things that you want to succeed in.
Yeah,
like as a 3rd grader.
So serious. Learn chemistry. Doing the talent show. You 3rd grader.
Poor girl.
It's still May this week, right? Like Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do another bonus episode.
Yep.
Wait, were you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if
keep apologizing.
I am. Sorry. Thank you guys so much for listening / watching. We are going to upload a bonus episode on Thursday on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/onlyfriends. So always email us onlyfriends696969@gmail.com with any questions, comments, concerns, am I the assholes, problems with coworkers, relationships.
Yeah, we need some. We don't have any.
We don't have any?
None.
Oh gosh. We're recording tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our podcast comes out every Wednesday. Unless you're on Patreon, it should come out every Monday. However, today is Tuesday because it was Memorial Day. So it should be out today. But also Patreon's acting up a lot. So hopefully I can get the video up. It might just be audio and I'm very sorry about that. But gotta figure that shit out. Okay. See ya.
We will see you guys. Sorry, I'm like already reading the emails. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.